So I have a question for you because, right, like, sounds like completely closing the door, ending a chapter, and starting a new one. Have you experienced grief? Like, have you experienced the grief part of that? And I'm asking because one thing I constantly reflect on is like who I was when I was in those environments. And at times there's a part of me that still misses that because it's what connected me to them. And yet it's like I have to acknowledge that that girl is no longer with us. And, I put her to rest, if you will. And it's like a funeral, you know what I mean? And so I experienced this grief. And at times, right, it can be very overwhelming for me personally. It can be very overwhelming. And again, when I speak about, that's what I be talking about when I say I have to constantly lift it back up to God, because at times that grief is like a travesty. Because again, what I'm thinking about, not only who I was when I was in those environments, which connects me to those people or connected me to those people, it's also this fantasy, if you will, of like what life would have been or could have been had things been different. And there's a term for that. It's called survivor's remorse or survivor's guilt. I heard Mike Epps talk about it before, and it was my first time ever hearing that, and it made sense to me. But I'm like, my God, I experienced that. You know what I'm saying? Because somewhere is both of those worlds, if you will, coexisting in my mind, or it maybe even just in my heart, where, again, in order for me to even have that connection, those connections, I would have to be my old self, which I do not want to be my old self. And yet I can still miss those people, which essentially means I also miss my old self. And yet it's just right, like, but I'm not her anymore. And I would still sometimes like those people in my life, but I understand that they're not, relative, or that they don't relate to me. They don't connect with me now in who I am now. And so it's like, not only am I having a funeral for myself, but also them. So I deal with grief. So I was wondering, what I'm saying? Like, moving out of town or whatever the case may be, do you even experience grief? And if so, like, is it easier for you because you're out of that environment, like statewide? I don't know what you mean when you say moved out, or moved, if that was out of town, out of the state or whatever, but yeah.